It is. Yeah, that is a lot of fun. I enjoy that a lot. It's something that you can never imagine doing just as like, just a normal person like we were before. And then now we get to do this and it's like, this is surreal. I think I enjoy all that part because I can prep myself for that. So people like taking pictures, doing stuff. I know what I'm walking into and it's fun. What I think I am still working on is if I'm out in public and like I'm at dinner or like we went to Coachella and I'm sitting there and there's people just like staring for very long, extended periods of time, like very, very long, and just standing there staring. I'm like, you guys are getting like all awkward and like self-conscious. I'm like, this is weird. If they just come up, they're like, hey, can I have a picture? I'm like, yeah, of course. But just to have so many eyes just staring at us, because when we go in a group, it gets way worse too. Because it was Jason, Brett, Amanda, me, and Romaine. And so we're all together. So it's gonna draw attention. But I realize like if I'm just out like and I'm not prepared for it, I think I'm just gonna go have fun. And then and there's like so many people just like I'm not used to it yet. So I'm working on that.
And then if like people's phones go up and they're pretending to text and you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, and you see them, they're like doing this thing, and I'm like,
it's not even a picture. You're like, right, like you are literally taking a video of me. I was out one night. We don't even need to get into with who, but with two friends, and it was like this girl was like, you realize like that woman in the corner was like, I'm like, oh my God, yes, she has been filming you for about 45 minutes. That is correct. But like, I didn't notice it.
Everything you do, it's like, wow, if you go out, you have to, like, you can't have a private conversation because you really don't know. And you could be like throwing someone else's business, like to the public. If you're just like talking about something with about a friend, then you just like just told all their business and because someone's videoing so it's been a learning experience.
Yeah, like the other day I was in an Uber and I was like having a conversation about someone I'm friends with on a reality TV show. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I do not know who this Uber driver is. And this is so like the things I am saying are so just like I should not be, I mean, I was talking to the person, but I was like, oh my God, like
you have to be careful though, because sometimes they even have the cameras in there in the Ubers, like in the SUVs, and then like videoing you, and then or no, not in SUVs, but in the other ones, they have the cameras in there sometimes, and then but they can listen to everything. So it's almost like you have to talk in code, like even in like an Uber and not say anything. You're like broken sentences, no names, like
do you get starstruck like when you go to these like red carpets? Like have you met anyone or just seen anyone where like maybe you're not staring for as long as these other people are staring at you, but where you're just like, oh my God, that's so and so, and I'm totally starstruck?
Well, you know what, I actually did something, and I where were we? We were at People's Choice Awards or Critics' Choice Awards, something, I forget which one. We were there and I could have sworn that I knew this girl. And I was like, where do I know her from? I know her. And she was beautiful. And I was convinced it was someone that I met. No. So finally I see her with her castmates, and it's the girl from Outer Banks with the blonde hair. I don't even know her name, but I was like, oh my God, I love that show. I just watched it. No wonder. And then once I saw her with the other people, I'm like, how could I not put that together? And so we went to the after party and they were standing right there. And I just went up to her, and I normally don't, but I'm like, I know how that feels. Like if you're like, I was like staring at her. She's probably like, she's quite staring at me. And because I was like, who is she? And so I went up to her, I was like, I'm so sorry. I love your show, and I'm so sorry for staring at you. I swore I'd met you, or you were like an old friend or something, and I tried to put it together. I realized, no, I just love your show. And I just binged the whole season. So you were fresh in my mind. I'm sorry about that. And she's like, oh my God, you're so funny. And so like we were just talking for a few minutes, but I had to throw myself, I had to tell her because I'm like, I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm like,
Right. No
I'm going to go
way.
up.
Has anyone come up to you ever where they're just like, oh my God, it's you, it's Mary. And it's like someone famous where we're just like, we'd be shocked of like, like, oh, a Brad Pitt is like a huge fan of Selling
Oh, I
Sunset. Like,
wish.
right. Like I'm just,
Well,
I'm just using that as an example where you're like, you
okay, so
watch Selling Sunset?
there was one person because I love the show. No, typical. Wait, I just forgot the name of it. I love this show.
What show is like, what channel is it on?
It's on
Netflix, where everything
it's
else
on
is on?
Showtime. It's no Stars. It's on Stars. It's Jamie and Claire are the characters on it, but Sam Hugan is the actor on it. I didn't know what his real name was. I was just like, I watched this binge the show, and I was like, oh my God, this is epic. It's like a woman's version of Game of Thrones or
Ooh, I
something.
like
That's what
that.
I would compare it to. It's so good. And I did some story on it, and I was like, oh my God, this is you. If you guys haven't watched what is the name of
I'm
it?
gonna have to Google it now too.
Outlander.
Oh, yeah, okay, of
You know
course.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I've never seen it, but I know what it is, and everyone is obsessed with it. I know.
so good.
Everyone loves it.
And I was doing a story and I was like, I did something. Apparently he saw it because I just did something. I did a story. I was crying because some scene just happened. I was like, it's so good. You guys have to watch the show. And I said, but like, I think maybe this is why hashtag like Outlander obsessed or something like that. He ended up DMing me after. He's like, oh my God, no way. You watch it? He's like, that's so cool. I just watched your show too. And I was like, I was like, babe. Tim Romain's like laying next to me in bed. I was like, you won't believe who just DM'd me. I was like, oh my God. He's like, take it easy. You need to settle down just a little bit. And I was like, no, that's so cool. Because I just love the show. I got the best husband. I wasn't thinking anything. He's good looking enough, but
he is good looking.
yeah.
And before, as we wrap up, like, here we are in season 5. I know you're not sure about the next season, but it's happening. Let me tell you, like, what is it? Like, why is this show? Look, we had season 1, it was, whatever. Season 2 was and now it's exploded. It's a huge bona fide. People are obsessed. I am obsessed. I do not say I'm obsessed with every show and every guest that I have on here because I am not. But like, it is just a brilliant. So like, what is it? Why do people love this show?
I don't know. I mean, I think it just has something for everyone, really. Like where there's like, it's beautiful real estate. It's like real estate porn. It's like fashion. It's drama. It's relationships. It's friendships. LA, people love LA, and it's just beautiful. The cinematography is amazing. I think that just all they just do it really, really well, where it's quick, it's fast. It's like they keep things moving along. I don't like that part so much because we film way more and it all gets edited out. And we're like, did I really spend that much time filming? And like all these scenes were cut. But I mean, they narrow it down to all the most, to the best parts.